Council members look for a way to end an SAPD stalemate with Bexar County. The FBI will help probe 3 shooting deaths at a San Antonio area luxury home. And the San Antonio City Council considers new e-scooter restrictions. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Wednesday, January 23rd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Several San Antonio council members are urging officials to solve the impasse between the city and Bexar County over a new facility where arrested people are booked and processed. For years, the two governments had jointly operated a booking center, only to split in December when the county opened its new $33 million Justice Intake and Assessment Annex. The city found problems with the way the annex is designed and operated, and criticized the county for not addressing its concerns, with the San Antonio Police Department deciding to stay in the Frank D. Wing building, where it now books arrested people separately from the county. SAPD currently accounts for about 60% of all arrests in Bexar County. Tuesday, members of the Public Safety Committee said they understood the problems with moving to the annex, specifically noting that police officers would be required to maintain custody of prisoners for longer periods of time, resulting in fewer officers on patrol. But committee members also said the staff should have worked better to address those issues prior to the facility's opening, with District 4 Councilman Ray Saldana noting that while the county moved fast in getting the annex ready, there were still ways to communicate SAPD's need for a larger space. Though SAPD Chief William McManus admits the city still needs a long-term plan, Tuesday he emphasized that since the city went its own way, there has been a significant decrease in the number of people held longer than 18 hours, with average transportation time to the Bexar County Adult Detention Center running only 6.5 hours. Committee members have agreed that they would like to tour both facilities to better understand how they work and what additional improvements might be needed to the new Justice Intake and Assessment Annex. Nearly 2 weeks after a mother and her 2 children were found shot dead in a luxury home near Leon Springs, the Bexar County Sheriff is calling in the FBI to help solve the mystery of what happened. The feds will provide technical and investigative assistance as sheriff's investigators keep pressing for answers on what led to the deaths of 37-year-old hairstylist Nicole Olson and her 16 and 10-year-old daughters. Tuesday, Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar told the Express News that while his office is more than capable of handling the case, seeking help from the FBI gives investigators more options that will probably help solve the case quicker. While a significant number of personnel at the FBI's national headquarters in Washington, D.C. have been furloughed, all of the FBI's San Antonio employees are considered essential and are continuing to work without pay. Olson and her daughters were found shot to death on the morning of January 10th at a luxury home in the 11,300 block of Anaqua Springs Road, in a gated neighborhood in far northwest Bexar County, where they lived with Olson's boyfriend, 31-year-old Charlie Wheeler, who called 911 to report the deaths. Wheeler says he came home and discovered the shootings around 9 a.m. after departing the house the night before due to a conflict with Olson that made him stay the night at a relative's home. Olson was shot once in the head, and while her death was ruled a suicide by the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office, her friends and family have emphatically rejected that finding, saying Olson would never harm herself or her children. Wheeler has not been charged with any wrongdoing and has cooperated fully with the investigation since the day of the shootings. And reacting to a torrent of constituent complaints, Tuesday, a City Council Transportation Committee voted to impose a moratorium on any new e-scooter or e-bike permits, but stopped short of forcing them off city sidewalks or requiring riders to wear helmets. While the moratorium is effective immediately, The Transportation Committee also voted to send 4 stiffer proposals for the full council's consideration on February 14th, including an overnight ban on scooters and bikes from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., requiring scooters and bikes in the greater downtown area to be removed each night by the vendor before 11:30 p.m., encouraging the use of designated parking zones, and allowing the city to impound dockless vehicles parked in those areas without warning. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Wednesday, January 23rd. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.